Hey everybody, welcome back to Threat X3 Productions. I am Nick, and we're starting 2023 with some bad video game takes, or at least some interesting ones. Alright, today we'll be talking from r/video games, and there was a discussion piece put up, what are your video game hot takes? So we'll be looking through here and trying to figure out what are the best ones, what are the not so good ones, and everything in between. The FPS genre is overrated. I mean, sure. I guess I could understand where they're coming from. Okay, I like this one. Crash Bandicoot was just a better version of what Sonic was trying to be. He was basically the same character, a 90s cartoon animal with attitude, but his games and marketing were just way better. I actually like this. It's an interesting idea, considering that there are certain Crash Bandicoot levels you would want to go quickly, and yet they just did it better. I can totally agree with that. This one's a twofer. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is overrated, and the vast majority of video game characters with some exception. Oh, fuck you! What is up with this word? With some exceptions, are garbage character-wise. So let's take that point by point. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is overrated. I would have to agree with this, just because it's one of those games that, don't get me wrong, stop typing, don't get me wrong, is a good game, but just how much people suck its dick, it's not that good. Like, it's good, please trust me, it's good, but like, it is one of those, just like, all right guys, just calm down, okay, calm down. And then the second one, the vast majority of video game characters, with some exceptions, hey, I did it on the first try, are garbage character-wise. I guess so, because I feel like when you're making a game that's going to go around the world, it's kind of like Michael Bay. Michael Bay has all his characters just one note, because even if they're speaking in a different language than their original, dialect or whatever, they need to be able to see the characters, understand the characters immediately, and then get to some action. So video game characters are Michael Bay characters in playable form, with some exceptions. I don't like how Zelda games from Twilight Princess onwards have been ignoring the Din, Naru, and Faroe mythology. Instead, they've high as the major deity. What was I doing? Hold on. Gotta highlight this one. Okay. Dark Souls and every other game in that group is for posers who don't know what real difficult is. Try playing Top Gun on the NES or Battletoads. This gives off big dick energy. This gives off huge pecs, glorious biceps, just like, yo man, you don't even fucking know. You don't even fucking know. You don't even calm down, okay? You don't even know, okay? You don't even know. It's like, this guy's a real war vet, and he's hearing people talk about their experience with somebody playing Battlefield, and they're like, you don't know the horrors of war, man. Nice. This one's an A for effort. Tifa Lockhart is the toughest character in Final Fantasy VII. Everyone else uses weapon. Tifa beats the shit out of everything with her bare hands. Now, technically, she beats everybody up with gloves, and those gloves have various, like, brass knuckles and stuff like that. But again, A for effort. All right, now we're going to skip on over to super spicy video game hot takes. Go! Super spicy video game hot takes. I choose you! Sorry, that's just the first thing that came to mind. When games like Days Gone and The Order 1866 often came up as these underrated gems, or that they were treated too harshly by the press. While I disagree, at least on Days Gone, having not played 1886, then why the fuck are you commenting? You haven't even played it and you're like, they're too mean. Anyways, I think it's great people find fun in something when I personally couldn't. Hot take though. I don't think people would have given those games a second thought if they didn't have those AAA pretty graphics. I don't understand this comment. People wouldn't have given it a second thought, like, meaning they would think that it was good, or they would still not think it was good. But because they had good graphics, there was a certain expectation. I guess I could kind of understand where you're going that way. Oh, this is a good one. The Jack games are the best Naughty Dog franchise. I salute you. BioShock 2 is the best in the franchise. Did we play the same game? Number 1, classic. Number 2 was just more number 1. And then number 3 at least tried to do this cool, like, ooh, what the twist? I'm going to have to 100% disagree with this. Games have far, far more to learn from literature than they do from any visual media. From a story perspective, maybe I could understand where you're coming from. But what makes video games is that they're visual, is the fact that you're interacting with the world. Visual media teaches us way more how to frame a shot, how to progress through, a corridor in interesting ways. How can you get that from literature? I mean, maybe from the character's perspective, but from a game design, you have way more to learn from visual media than literature. No. Just no. Dick physics are... Let's do that again. Dick physics are underutilized in mainstream games. Well, when you're speaking the truth, you're speaking the truth. Speaking of big dick energy, am I right? Hey-o. This was interesting. Okay, good gameplay trumps good story in anything where gameplay is a major component, including RPGs. That's not to say that it isn't an important component, but I will gladly replay something that has a shitty story, but I really enjoyed the gameplay versus something that I found narratively interesting but boring and awful slog to play through. This just reads to me as a no doy. Like that's gaming. Like you don't even need narratives in certain games. If it's like an arcadey, just boom, 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 yada, yada, yada. Like you don't even need story at all. I like God of War 1 through 3 more than Devil May Cry 1 through 4. Like the only thing that makes this like spicy is that the Devil May Cry stands are like stands. Okay, God of War stands are just like, hey, I like God of War. Whereas like Devil May Cry is just like... Yakuza 4 is terrible and 3 is the best in this series. Look, I stopped at this one not because I give a crap about Yakuza, but rather just so that I can make my own hot take, which is I don't like reading my games. If I wanted to read, I would go read a book or a comic book more likely. In a game where I have to read because they're speaking a different language, I lose interest extremely fast. Now, I think part of that is because I have bad reading skills. Like, I'm not a good... I don't read good, okay? But, yeah, I don't like reading my games. This one rings so true. It was done a year ago, but just listen. Pokemon ruthlessly capitalizes on nostalgia, and everyone just seems to keep falling for the sales pitch. This one stings because of Scarlet and Violet. Never has a Pokemon game come out and flop so hard from a critical point of view, but then still made the company so much money. And people are like, why don't Pokemon games change? That's the reason. They don't need to. They just fart something out and people buy it. So this one reigns, unfortunately, way too true. This guy has clairvoyancy. He needs to get his own 1-800 number because it hurts so true. You know, I did the salute way too soon. I saluted too soon. I fucking loved Battleborn. Yes! Fuck Overwatch, okay? Everybody tried to make Battleborn out to be this copycat when they were in development at the same time. Not only were they in development at the same time, but if you go back and you look, Battleborn's trailer was before the very first trailer of Overwatch, and yet Battleborn was told to be the clone, the Overwatch clone. Just because Overwatch did better than Battleborn or was more hotly anticipated than Battleborn, it suddenly meant it was a clone? Are you insane? I do like this one because it's not just spicy, it's extremely salty. A video game take hotter than the sun. These threads fucking suck and do nothing but foster negativity and a circle jerk where everyone agrees with your cool, hot takes. I mean, I think it's just fun to say stuff. This guy took the assignment a little too serious. Like, I feel like everybody knows this is just for fun. Everybody knows, like, nobody's taking this serious except for this one guy who's just like, you know, I'm going to have to agree with this one. Arkham Knight is the best Arkham game. I do feel like that because I feel like it got a horrible name because the PC port was bad. The PC port was broken. Us console people were just like, heck yeah, this is an awesome game. This is great. And it really wrapped up the series in an interesting way. Meanwhile, the PC crowd, which I love you guys, I do. You're the loudest. You're the loudest, okay? All us console peasants mean nothing because what you say matters. What you say makes everything else invalid. So, Arkham Knight was a bad game. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, sure. Alright, guys, so that's going to be it for today. I just thought something nice and easy to start the year off. Some funny hot takes and hopefully just a good time. So I hope you enjoyed it. Look out for new content coming soon and a new member to the team. I can't wait to get some things started. So thank you for joining us on this episode of Hot Takes. Hot Ones. Hot Ones. There you go. That hasn't been taken, right? Thanks for coming to Hot Ones, and you have a good day.
Fingers